When you be the bushmeat, you go catch the hunter. Who be the bushmeat and the hunter?
Who be the bushmeat? Who be the hunter?
They say,
The bushmeat, the hunter.
and I know the bushmeat there, and you know say, now hunter go catch bushmeat. But if you come be saying a bushmeat, won't come catch hunter, you know say,
Water
don't pass carry be that. Now, may so rest in peace. That is Sound Sultan. When he talks say, if you thief it today, you no go thief tomorrow. You get people will be say,
you go still go thief, you believe them. They know they hear what.
I see one video when one guy with them catch him. He go prison, spend about 6 years, he come back. He go thief again. He come tell police say, he go better see me gonna shoot him. He said better. He say he better say me than shoot and make him come up for this world because if he go prison, if he come, he say the thing
go see.
He don't know what thing they do. Say he go still steal.
Village people they back.
Say he go still steal. Say me them better shoot him now. In Nigeria, no, he say me them shoot him. Say because if he go come back, say now the kind of bad friends when get they go steal you up. So he don't want to see those bad friends again. So me them better shoot him now. So my people, the matter of today, they say, the government say self-defense, say if we do self-defense and protect ourselves. Then the process of self-defense, you will be the hunter, the bushmeat come will be the attacker, will be the thief. You come beat him, all neighbors come follow beat him. He come by, they don't say manslaughter and then go charge you for. Or murder. Negligence of the law, talk about again, the thing you always keep my mind. Ignorance of the law is not excuse. Ignorance of the law no be excuse, it be.
Say, I don't know the law, I don't know say the law talk say you know, no be excuse.
No be excuse with that. Now, the person come by and everything, or the person when come attack you, come by you, escape. Then you will come beat him, he come by. You know beat him before you know by there, maybe they come rush and go hospital. Police come catch and go hospital. They will say, okay, the person when you beat, he don't buy. They'll come hold the person, come and arrest the person. I wanna see this matter. You do self-defense. Now they say the person don't buy. But if he buy the person when he come attack, the person don't go free with that. My people, how wanna see this matter?
Maybe call the number before I ask you this question.
The number again I be 080-8954-0993. 080-8954-0993
or 0916-000-1983 0916-000-1983. That be the numbers to call.
Or if you send text message, you know I go just send text message. That be 080-7982-0061 080-7982-0061.
Okay, the question when I talk say I want to answer. Who be the person and who be the set of people where do this rule?
Say now government now.
Why they go sit down talk think that kind of thing?
Say if
because is it because of the jungle justice where people they
because of the jungle justice where people
they don't too much
and
people they corner.
Okay, just
people
like
they vex now.
Just like the one when happened for Mararaba and that woman when them killed. Meanwhile, this is the person who gets husband and children. They say because she they pass. They come suspect, they come say that they suspect and say she won't kidnap. She won't kidnap children. The unfortunate thing is say they come arrest her. Go police station.
Okay.
Mob come the police station. Come talk say that woman make them bring them out. Police were supposed to protect them. They say the DPO carry the woman and give them.
Oh.
The DPO carry the woman.
Well, this our country talk. Sometimes you go talk and I no go end.
So my people, make we hear on our own contribution for this matter. Self-defense and self-defense and protection. You self-defend yourself and you can't protect yourself. The person come by, they can't charge you for murder or manslaughter. But if the person come by you, the person will go free. Or the unfortunate thing, like I talked before, we say, the punishment for manslaughter, they bigger than the thief when them go catch you. They will say, okay, then catch thief, come sentence and come carry and go court. You know, maybe you go spend 5 or 6 years there. You will come out again. They'll say, he go tell you, go say, my lord, now the first time it is. Anytime when they catch them, now my first time, now they always be. My lord, now the first time, then the lawyer come and say, he's a first offender. That they should temper justice with mercy. He's a first offender, they should temper justice with mercy. My people, how now see this matter? My people, they say them go shege banza. This matter only talks on a serious matter because it don't happen to so many people. Many people don't suffer. Many people don't suffer these things. And then some suffer for waiting and don't know. And some suffer say because of and then defend themselves, protect themselves, say because of somebody can't attack them for house, and then they can't defend themselves. Now in the process, the person come by, now they can't charge the person, say you don't commit manslaughter or you don't commit murder. Meanwhile, the person will can't attack you. If he buy you, he go come out. Support you know, because he go wrong go. You don't get second address, you don't get address, you don't go. Then you, because now your house the person come, they know your address. They know your address because now you go talk say okay, so person come attack me. I follow now my house you come bet neighbors then beat him. Or we follow beat him. Now you come by the person house when you come, now they go catch. Or say then beat him. Police they come carry and go police station. He can't reach they can't say the person comes here. Now die there's someone carry me go hospital. Then carry and go hospital. He can't buy for there. The person house where you come, now they go first come carry. So okay, you start to mention the other people who wanna follow beat him. And you know you come your house, neighbors they can't help you. They can't help you beat thief. You can't go call them and say, make them go and arrest them too.
So now here I want to say people wey maybe your gate man, maybe na one cousin. The cousin come get one friend Lekan from junction. They come call themselves boys, make they come give am better beating. So at the end of the day, when they kpai, those people they just try ahead. Now help them deal.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now when they want come do the arrest, now they will come arrest you and come the house.
So this now to me, the way me I dey even see this thing say, now if you need help, say okay, thief don come my house, so what can I, even if you fit do self-defense, you go dey fear to touch am, because if people wey no even thief sef, if they give them one blow abi one slap, they go just buy it for ground, they don go, because you no know their health condition. So at this day, this thing really, this our we don't go don come na wetin the law wey they suppose do be that.
Self-defense dey but no be self-defense for person to take kpai. Because if the person come kpai now and everything, you no go start to dey say okay, as they arrest the person when he kpai for him house, say okay, Kazim follow beat, when they arrest Kazim follow, Ni follow beat, Lekan follow beat.
If all those people they don't come know that kind of thing now, even that they call them say, hey, this on my house is under attack.
Nobody
like
you're on your own. Or you're for you. Or you're for you because the other time when then come
I said they don't do laws.
Mr. D house.
Now so
Kazim and others them beat them come follow be them don't catch all of them say Kazim and this thing still in prison now. So how now see this matter? Look on choke man. The number again I'm the 08089 540993 08089 540993
or 0916 0001983 0916 0001983 be the numbers to call.
Oh, now if you send text message, you know man go say send text message number 0807982 0061 0807982 0061.
Go be that. It's not a law. I dey tell you.
Now wow.
For my house or for my street, for my adubo.
Now the matter we dey so justice.
Okay, now thank you very much for
Thank you.
sharing your. I remember that year when we dey grow up in my area that year. That year, thief dey always come our area all the time. They come talk say all the landlords for that estate for that day make dem get gun, make dem go get
License
gun.
gun.
Yes, and they all got that for night. Na dem dey come out by themselves. Yes. There was a time that they caught one thief like that. I no go ever forget. That was the first time I go ever see say yes thief. When they beat am, they naked am, they beat am. But at the end of the day, sha, you no do justice. They carry am go police station. But even person dey talk say that police station sef, they no suppose carry am. There was one year for your Yanopaja. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Some area they do am. You sef you be yes.
Okay.
Really?
Chop.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Chai. Ogunwa. Charm day. Charm way past charm day. Yes, it dey reduce. They really reduce that time.
My people, I so see the program for today because the phone calls they come in towards the end of the program. We suppose don't get all the phone calls. My people, make una know say yes, now market will sell for here. Say for your market to sell and our own market to sell for here. We get to patronize each other. You patronize us, bring your advert, and we will go patronize you by putting it on air for you, for your business to grow. So if you want to call our commercial office, you will call our commercial office, say, I want to put advert for Smailz Radio, 98.7. The number you go to call us on our commercial office, 9B 070 41007755. 070 007755
or 08033747189 08033747189 or 07015103437 07015103437.
Yes, if you call my own personal number strictly for business, say I want to put advert for Smailz Radio 98.7. And the number you will take on us call me 9B 08079820061 08079820061. Now the number you will take on us. Or if you call my commercial office, say yes, make I visit down my commercial office, say I want visit now, make I come put advert on Smailz Radio. If you come my commercial office, where the number 9 Oremeta Street for Zion Complex, Ojoju Beggar. Number 9 Oremeta Street for Zion Complex, Ojoju Beggar. Yes, my people, so go see the program for today. Like as I always talk about, time go there, nothing to do to talk. Time no go there, plenty things there to talk. The one we don't talk today, make it not be the last one by the grace of God. Next week will be another time for the program. Yes, before I go, make I say thank you to our executive producer, Wavy Boyega Shotunde. Thank you very much. Falanjo Gushola, thank you very much. Damilola Shomide, thank you very much. DJ Magic Finger, thank you very much. The one with the magic hand. And the lady DJ with the press the button on the here since 9B. Kufuola Susumi. Yes, my people, make I give the message when our elders make I give it now. Our people they talk say, goat way don't chop belly full. No, they hear dog way they back again. Goat way don't chop belly full. No, they hear when dog they back again.
Not true, Joy. Anyway, sure, because of our time, I say thank you for listening. I'll make we do this again next week, same time, same station. My name never changed. My name is Blues Princess, the great princess. We come off of Kwabo calls of Lagos. Keep listening to Smailz Radio 19.7 FM and keep smiling.
Yes, my name still remains Sunny. And next week will be another time for the program.
Because of the structure there, you know, stand the graph for. Oh yes, my mental control people are going to do this afternoon. You already like this checking for the time. You know, 6 4 p.m. downtown, your normal sharp release, maybe 19 something like that. And after that, I take the money in my bed this time. You know, say that time for me to get on and talk to already the money, so I'm trying to come. Now, me, maybe not the extra triple million one. But I'm going to have to know. Okay, because of the Lagos State government, they don't order for demolition of one article shopping complex for satellite and structural defects and can issue 14 days deadline for the owners to redress the building for Agric and Coca markets for Ajeromi Ifeanyi if you conduct structural integrity tests. And the Lagos State Building Control Agent and the talk expansion they go on. Special will come will release most of these affected buildings and say they don't stand that gidigba for class. They want people where they for inside they say they unsafe because of the structure there. It don't stand gidigba for there. The agency also wants the property owners to comply with safety directives or ignore the deadline so they can face prosecution as the government will intensify efforts and of the safety regulation across the states where they did so like this on top of Lagos State as they told me so. So for all presidents, they're ready to please. Moving on, Lagos State government, they also say they will become the first state for Nigeria to independently procure one antiretroviral medicine for people when they live with HIV. With the first assignment they will expect before the end of August. The Chief Executive Officer of Lagos State AIDS Control Agency, Dr. Folakemi Animashawu, now he talks that this move has reduced dependence on international donors and will ensure uninterrupted access to life-saving HIV treatment. Because the ad said and the state they also explore local production of medicine in partnership with UNAIDS. Now, Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, NASEPA, they don't seal 10 hotels, bars, restaurants, and other establishments across the state just to say that they violate environmental regulations. And the agency talks say the affected businesses and ignore repeated warnings and they don't put down seats for them to fit comply. NASEPA General Manager will be talking about today at Jaina to say the agency will continue strict enforcement of environmental laws to protect public health and environment. You understand this? Among the affected establishments, like the one Grand Meridian, Millennium Restaurant, O2 Suits and Tower, Chiros Hotel and Suits, and 7 Hotel and City. Is this the red and most is all in black? Oh, okay, guys. They don't down for ground, they immediately when the disaster be shelling. But that's causing nearly set this time for the search and restoration. Despite this is the way they come from survival, the disaster they provide delay on relief supplies and health rescue. The government also rescue efforts they continue, but authorities they warn against what they describe as information when you surround the disaster response. Goalkeeper Alpha Okonkwodo and say winning the FIFA World Cup with Nigeria national football team. Like ultimate ambition of winning the help Nigeria to claim their FIFA Cup of Nations title and remain in immediate goal. It was 4-year-old goalkeeper when recently been making senior debut under coach Eric Shell and we talk say integrated for the opportunity as in they led from fellow goalkeepers Francis Uzomo and even Michael Koye. Okonkwo also expressed his commitment to Wrexham AFC as in talk say the club remain focused on to secure promotion to the English Premier League next season. Wow. People that come and this afternoon, this house, and get us about. They don't forget to show us about social media and just make a response to nobody. It's all my
Get motivated. Love, learn, and lead. Listen to Smailz Radio.
Current affairs, sports, music, entertainment. We've got it all right here on Smailz Radio 98.7. Stay tuned.
Smailz Radio 98.7 FM and reaching the world. Radio 98.7.
Smailz Radio, 98.7 FM. The hottest Christmas excitement. You will love it too. Come on, let's have some fun. Your weekend, your vibe, your radio.
Weekend kickoff with Brazil.
That's right.
Every Friday
From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Only.
on Smailz Radio 98.7 FM.
One, yes.
Weekend kickoff with Brazil.
That's right.
Every Friday
From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Only.
on Smailz Radio 98.7 FM.
Weekend
This camera thing is good. I will use it though. I don't understand. It's coming. It's going to be around very soon. Check what is not ready.
Little secrets on your peace of mind. Little secrets that move from the backyard fire to the midnight cruise. Central revive.
right. Good evening and welcome to the weekend kickoff with Brazuma. I'm Razulitayo Shobide. And this is Smailz Radio 98.7 FM. How are you? How was your week? Hope you've had a wonderful week and you are ready for the weekend. It's a good evening, beautiful people. Well, it is the first Friday of July. We've crossed the halfway mark of the year. And whether the first 6 months was good for you, treated you kindly or challenged every step you took, one thing is certain, you made it here. And so tonight, we breathe a little deeper. I will smile a little wider, leave the weeks stress behind because the weekend has finally arrived. And so for the next couple of hours, we'll keep you company with timeless classics. And today's biggest conversation will be with a presidential hopeful. He should be joining us in the studio very shortly. He is Dr. Peter Adole Agada, the founder of the Labour Initiative and the movement Nigeria TMN. So he should be joining us very shortly. Of course, we'll be talking sports along the way. Julia will be joining us. So welcome to the weekend kickoff. I got Kofu here. Kofu celebrated a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you, Kofu. Many happy returns. And Tony is here, Florence is here, and Carada is also riding with me this evening. Welcome to the weekend kickoff with Brozuma and Rozulitayo Shobide. right, it's the weekend kick-up on Smailz Radio 98.7 FM. And you can presume here, I'm just all tired of showing that you're in the traffic driving, or you're just commuting that someone is driving, someone is behind the wheel, and you're already looking forward to the weekend. Yeah, we'll get you in the mood. We'll put you in the mood for the weekend. Yeah. Well, this week has reminded us once again that Nigeria never sleeps. Politics continue to gather momentum ahead of 2027. Economic conversations remain at the center of many homes and businesses, while security and the cost of living continue to determine what we discuss and what we do, and dominate our discussions across the country. But always, Nigeria remains resilient. We love, we hustle, we hope, and perhaps that's our greatest strength. Across the globe, the FIFA World Cup knockout stage continues to deliver excitement, with today's fixtures featuring Australia against Egypt, defending champions Argentina taking on Cape Verde, and Colombia facing Ghana as teams battle for places in the next round. And if you are a tennis lover, the Wimbledon continues to serve up world-class action as the world's best compete on the famous grass courts in London. So whether you are a football fan, a tennis enthusiast, or just here for the music, we got something for you. This is SWV, right here. You double Zuma here. All right, we can kick up. And it's coming up to some 24 minutes past the hour of 4. And Jide is here to talk sports. I guess he's already waiting, so we need to talk sports and then we can welcome our guest. Welcome, Jide.
All right, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Should I say good evening?
Good evening, good afternoon. In some parts of the world, it's evening. We are on Facebook Live, we are on YouTube, and so someone could be watching from Atlanta, someone from where again? From Egypt,
Yeah.
some from Ghana, and some from Argentina,
Yeah.
and Australia.
Yeah. from Asia to China to America, several different time zones.
All right.
I totally agree.
The World Cup keeps giving us unforgettable moments. You want to agree? The knockout rounds are now separating dreams from reality, and every match has become a final. Today's lineup promises more drama as Argentina, Egypt, Australia, Ghana, Cape Verde, and was it Cape Verde?
Cabo Verde. That's how they are. They like Cabo Verde.
And Colombia fight for survival. So, how do we begin? Where should we start from?
Of course, let's begin by looking at those African teams that have fallen apart. 9 out of 10 actually progressed to the round of 32, and now we just have 3 left. That means that there's just one that has progressed out of the 6 that has played so far. 5 back, they're on the way home, already at home, while 1 is still standing. Fortunately, the only one still that has moved to the round of 16 was they also qualified for the semi-final last edition, and that's Morocco. From how the most disappointing of the round of 32 was the Senegal game. That game.
Just 5 minutes to the end of the
regulation time.
You were leading
by 2 goals.
2 goals, and then
everything went out of the window. You blew it. You threw everything out of the window, and that reminds a whole lot of us, especially by Nigeria. There's something that will remind you of the USA '94 second round game against the Azuris. That's easily in a round of the second round too, when Nigeria was leading until late in the game when an equalizer came in, and Dino Baggio, and exactly they scored the second goal, and that was it. But you
want to say the African
I think there's
WITCH.
I think it's about they're different. That people have queried why African teams usually get to the second round or the quarterfinal, and they experience mental block, especially when it seems that going into that game, they were the favorites, especially for teams like that. When it seems that they before the game, they were the clear favorites, especially, or looking at the game as at the time everything went all right. With the time everything went all right, you ask yourself, this team has been on the ascendancy. They've been, pressing the throttle. They've been pushing. Then suddenly, everything they just capitulate, and that's. But the question would be, is it inferiority? If you look at the bench, and even it happens when your people say, is it because it's an African-born manager that's in charge? Even when you look at the bench and it is someone from Europe, I think it's about the players on the pitch. The belief, self-belief. The other teams do manifest this, should I say complex or inferiority, but it hardly happens.
Match management.
Man management, exactly.
Psychology.
Man management, psychology, match management, all those things come to play, because that shows that, and it's a combination of both. There are times it's strictly the players who have failed to step up their game, to give it all, and there are times it's from the bench. So it's the combination of the two. The bench not thinking ahead. For example, in the Senegal against Belgium, game, it was the combination of both. The players, even the coach wasn't going to come, even though the coach had made some tactical blunders in his substitution and all that. Yeah, but you guys could have stayed in there, hanging there, 2-goal lead. You allow you just
go like that.
Fizzle out. But there's still, like I said, that unfortunately. We have 3 more slots now. Is any other team still going to join Morocco, Ghana against Colombia, Cabo Verde against Argentina. There is also, I think that's that's what's left for us now. Algeria too is done. So we have Ghana. There is Ghana against Colombia. That's going to be another interesting game. I really wish Ghana can get that the result needed, at least join Morocco. Egypt will also be playing. Egypt will play Australia too. Egypt also looks like a team that can also get a fantastic result against Australia. So for Egypt, Salah should be back fit for this one against the Socceroos of Australia. It's going to be another very tricky one, but I hope that the Egyptians can step up too, because if there is, they are also always very skeptical about chances of this current crop of players, this Egyptian squad, when playing. You never know the type of team that will show up. But I just hope that they look like one very strong team on paper that can shock the Socceroos of Australia. For me, Cabo Verde, people have said, yeah, they've tried. They've done the unthinkable at the group stage. They drew with former champion, European champion Spain. Drew also in all their games against Saudi Arabia. They also defeating Saudi Arabia, then drawing against Uruguay, almighty Uruguay, playing 2-2 against them. Some people feel against Lionel Messi-led Argentina, it will be very difficult.
It will be a very tough one.
But I wish, it's going to be very difficult. But football, but nothing impossible. I feel if there is anything that I feel I can do in what they've done, and I've seen them do it with big teams on the continent, so especially in Africa.
The maximum of if the dog has strong backers and people who can give it inspiration, it can go after the monkey and bring the monkey down. That's an adage from this side of the world.
So you're right. So, but it's going to be pretty difficult
for them to get this monkey down.
Colombia, Ghana too. Ghana, they struggled, but I think they've shown discipline so far, and that's what has led them to where they are. Whether they will be able to overrun this Colombia side, that's another, because this Colombian side is very quality side in terms of players and all that. And Ghana's come, like I said, they've shown discipline. They came with a strategy, probably so pressure and hit you on the counter. Will that work against Colombia? I doubt it, but it can also still work. Depends on what Colombia brings on. So that's it. But I wish that we can have at least one more team to join Morocco and give the rest of the world a run for their money in the World Cup. Coaches are being fired, just because of poor results. For example, the manager of the German national team, the German machine, Nagelsmann, has been fired, and there's going to be speculation that the likely replacement is Jurgen's Klopp, who took a break from football, and I think for the national team, management's job does not require you playing every week. So maybe, and he had to leave football at some because it was taking a toll on his family life. So the national team management does not require you, playing
away all the time.
And I think this might come into football management. I'm beginning to, I believe that, because I think he can give it a shot, because it appears that's the only thing. But beyond the hiring and firing for the German machine, there is a question of the talents are there. Why are they always?
Why has the machine moved to?
Failed to move. It's running on. I don't know whether it's running on electric or maybe on fuel this time, or which of the. I don't know whether it's
How come the machine is now running on charcoal?
on charcoal. Because that's the question. I don't know why they've lost. If you look at 3 consecutive, World Cups, yeah, after they won, they've been bundled out. Whether it's this preliminary stage or the knockout first, the second round, and all that, and that doesn't speak well for a team that is started.
The same witch is moving between Egypt and Germany now.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when people will expect that with the what Egypt has, they should be
Italians.
Those ones are just like Nigeria. They failed to even.
Did I say Egypt? I said the same witch that is moving between Italy and Germany.
Even Germany is still qualifying. Italy cannot even qualify. That's their own problem. Now, their own too. I think they have to look at. They said, I think they are not in terms of mentality. Oliver Kahn, you remember him? That's from veteran goalkeeper. He said the problem is not the talent that they find. They've had 3 fantastic coaches, Joachim Low, Nagelsmann, that was just they were, Hansi Flick and all that. Those guys have come in and they left. But the result has remained the same. So I think it has to do with the mindset, the mentality of the players. Do they have courage? In fact, and I remember their last game, the penalty shootout, got when they had exhausted their 5, first penalty takers. Every other player was somehow afraid to go take the kick. Nobody wants to take responsibility. And if you have that kind of mentality in the team, problem is what? Everybody is afraid. So how do you now confront the hurdle?
So I think they need to work on the psychology of the players.
Right from when now, I think they're beginning to develop talent without ruggedity, and that's why we call them German machines. Where the ruggedness, the fit for battle, always ready mindset that they always had. So I think it's everybody. So they need to begin to inculcate that into some of their talents now. Beyond that, they should be just like for Italy too. They have to go back, work on the, overhaul the system all over. The factory lines are drying up. The players are very scanty, and all that. But you need to get, develop a new strategy that can make them begin to churn out those stars. And maybe keep to, we've all known them, but now they begin to show more flair. Maybe it's just like Brazil. Italy too, we know them for, packing the ball, or, there's the defense solidity, but now they want to play with flair. Most of their players are, players with flair. The defense is not as rock solid as it used to be. And that's also for Brazil too. Samba is no longer there. I think because of the way football is played now, it becomes scientific. Is affecting. So I think they just need to get design or have a consensus of this is what we want to play. And
watching the Brazil struggle with the last match, and I'm saying, there is the European influence in the Brazilian soccer. They were not really playing the pattern.
I don't think they can. Maybe I've told you before. I don't think. Let's be sincere. I don't think those days can return to those days because of the way the world is now, and the fact that before you open your eyes, any new talent, the European millionaires or European money bags, they are hovering around Brazil 24/7. As soon as there is a new kid on the block, is on the next flight to Europe. So, and those are the same set of players that you bring back home. Now, even coaching-wise, it's been diluted. The John Bonito, the Samba has been, because most of their coaches are also going the European style. In fact, their current manager, Carlo Ancelotti, an European and Italian. So it's gonna be. I think they need to move on, but just get the formula. The formula that going forward. This is like I said, even Spain that with the tiki taka too. At least you could see a new dimension. It's not as it's the tiki taka that won them the World Cup. So football is
Everything is changing.
It's changing. It's good for innovation and all that. That's what's that. But like I said, I wish Ghana all the best against Colombia and Egypt against Australia all the best. And what else than to wish Capo Verde all the best against
All the
Argentina.
best. All right, Jack. I must say big thank you. I'll allow you to go and wait. The next match is when?
The next match is 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
and that's Egypt, Australia.
Australia. Okay, so all right, all the best and enjoy your weekend. All right.
Capo Verde in your prayers.
All right, this is a song from Orlando Julius. It's called Colombia. Colombia, I love you.
we had manageable infrastructure as a school. You know, our school were half walled. They were not full walled. The classroom were not separated one from another with a big wall, but with a blackboard. But you know something, sir? We got free education. I remember then every term they will bring us math sets, they will bring us notebooks, they will bring us textbooks. And we will be taught with the best of teachers. Most of our teachers were Indians, were Ghanaians, with some Nigerians, some intelligent Yoruba teachers around. We will go to school, we will not remember anything. I didn't remember anything like school fees growing up. Even when we went to Victory College, then our governor will take time and turn to visit almost all the schools. Governor Latif Jakonde back then, you know, and we saw our mind was shaped around development and giving to society because we were members of the Boy Scouts, Boys Brigade, and all of these voluntary organizations. Now, my answer to you will be that there was an ideology that shaped my coming of age as a person. And that ideology, unfortunately, has slowly paled into oblivion, and something else is running society today. And like I say everywhere that I go, what is running society today in terms of ideology, it needs to be changed like as soon as possible, or else, I said this yesterday on set, even if an angel from the right hand of God comes down from heaven and sits in the Aso Rock, and we keep running the present system, principle, and ideology, the situation will only go from bad to worse.
Tell me about that principle and ideology that you think we should change.
Yes. Nigeria currently runs an extreme far-right capitalism, which in itself is not a problem. But we, in the process of running a purely capitalist society, which is supposed to be a good thing, you know, the principles and tenets of capitalism are wonderful, you know, intellectual property rights and, you know, commercialization and liberation and all of that, liberalization and all of that. It's wonderful. But something is amiss. What is amiss is there should be a factor of the protection of the weak, of the needy, and of the vulnerable. Okay? Somebody will say to me, are you calling for subsidy? I will not say yes, and I will not say no, but I will say that if you are removing subsidy from a system, you should be bringing in something else that will strengthen the weak and the vulnerable. So that once you're taking out subsidy, the weak and the vulnerable are no longer weak and they are no longer vulnerable. So you see, that second part is not existent. Okay? So I'm not an extreme rightist. I'm in the middle towards the left.
So in essence, you don't see anything wrong in subsidy removal because we've been on that journey for about 30 years. Oh, should it be removed? Oh, no, don't remove it. Oh, let's remove it. You are not really averse to removing subsidy. It was just the manner that was done, and without some, you know, level of cushioning plan.
You see, I am not a proponent of cushioning at all. I am a proponent of structural designs to empower the weak and the vulnerable. Let me give you one example. One simple example. I will handle housing, for example, because, you know, there are certain industries that have massive multiplier effect on society. Agriculture, industry, housing. I will take housing, for example. Now, if I want to run housing for Nigerians, in order for us to use housing as a subsidy, not subsidy, but this is a form of empowerment. I will build houses, for example, say 25 kilometers away from this current city of Lagos, for example. Go off town, totally. Set up a cluster, an industrial processing cluster, and build houses. For example, I put a house in front of a unit, say 1 3-bedroom house, and behind that house I will have an industrial processing system. You're living in a house, and behind your house is a processing center. All right? Your income from the processing happening behind your house is enough to pay your mortgage, to pay your power, to pay for whatsoever social service you deserve to have. But you see, that processing behind your house is a partnership between me and you. I'm the government, I'm the president. I came to your house, I put a processing center behind you, I put all your equipment behind you, I give you feedstock. I only come back for the output, and I export this output, and we share. You see, by the time you're commercializing and empowering people this way, the effect of your subsidy removal or of your changing to band A, band B, band C will not be felt by anybody. If you go to the US or go to the UK, the life is very expensive, okay? Everything this administration is trying to do is already happening everywhere in the world. It's happening everywhere in the world. And people has not done anything wrong in terms of that. But what he has done that is not correct is that he has not given strength, capacity. He has not empowered the people to be able to. You give me a tax regime of 2 million naira and give me a business where I'm earning 200 million naira. It's nothing. I'll pay you 2 million neatly. And the opportunities abound. The gaps are there, to create this wealth. It's just, we're practicing lazy economics. We're copying and pasting.
Some people listening to us, and having seen you on TV and listened to your interview, say he's an architect. They are always looking at structures and beauties of the landscape, beautiful environment, and they think that they can transform that into, bring that to life, transform that overnight. But this is, quote unquote, a rotten system. Yes. A system that's been rotten for close to 50 years.
Yes.
And you say, oh, you will do this and you will do that. What do you say to people with that kind of mindset?
I'm not saying this will happen overnight. But I'm also saying that because I have taken time to study this nation for more than 20 years, I've also seen that there can be an accelerated approach to sorting the challenges in Nigeria. I'm not saying it will happen overnight. I'm not saying it's easy work. I want to always use my organization as an example. Okay? I run the world's largest acoustics organization right now, as it were, on earth. We just finished, like you mentioned, Dunamis Glory Dome, 100,000-seater auditorium, where we managed about 700,000 tons of steel. Before Dunamis, we also handled a project in Port Harcourt, Salvation Ministry Catwalk Project, the cat ladder. The cat ladder is about 2 meters wide, okay? It has a handrail about 1.5, is hanging 30 meters from the ground. It runs approximately 3 kilometers on the air. Between Dunamis and Salvation Ministry, we managed close to 1 million tons of steel, all run by Nigerians, managed by Nigerians, controlled by Nigerians. So it made us really large, and it defines us now as world's largest acoustics organization. Now we left these two projects and we went to develop our headquarters facilities in Abuja. Now let me describe the rot in the society. Now when we got to this place where we bought land, the process of buying land, first of all, was a headache. I'm sure that's what you mean. Nigeria is a headache. Now we bought land. It was a struggle. 10 other persons are claiming this land. We struggled between the local government, the state government. It was difficult to make the drawings, to submit them for approval. I'm sure that's what you mean. Nigeria is a rotten system. But you know something, sir? Just by sheer doggedness, creativity, innovation, we were able to break into this site. Okay? Got our drawings done, got our drawings approved, moved into this project. We currently have a 7.5 billion naira facility owned by us, breaking through that rubbish that you're talking about in Nigeria, breaking through the system. Are you getting the idea? So it takes a young mind that is determined, that is innovative, okay, to break through systems that have been there, vested interest and all of that. And believe you me something, the young people of this country, we have that resilience, we have the intelligence, we have the creativity. That is why, sir, in spite of what the society has become, our young men and women are still surviving. Those who have not taken off from this country, who are still living in this country, are still surviving in spite of this. Let me ask you a question. How do you think someone like me is getting by in a Nigeria as tough as this? A day in my office is 300,000 naira of fuel and diesel, and band A electricity. In a month, we spend 9 million on power. Yet we still pay salaries. We still run this business. We are still creative enough to make something from out of nothing. I think what Nigeria needs to do right now is to look at that empty place, that corrupt place, and create something from out of nothing. And this is a gift that God has given to younger generations. Let me end your question by saying this. Let me answer you finally. I have children. I have sons who are scientists like I am. I have 2 of them studying software engineering out of this country, studied the school here, they're out of this country. So I can put it to you clearly that the next generation is blessed with abundance intelligence more than us. Not because of their studies, but even in the way they manner the next generation analyzes and provides solution. You will know that there's something God has put in the next generation that this present generation does not have. We must leverage on that.
We'll come to talk about your politics and your aspiration for the leadership of this country. Let me just take you on that submission of the next generation being so intelligent, being so exposed and equipped to an extent to take on the world. But in a corrupt system, you've just painted a picture of how you were able to, well, you surmounted the challenge. But in that kind of system, there's a running story right now involving the chief of staff and one other gentleman. But the story is set up.
Yeah. The office is Federal Secretariat.
Yes. and all of that. Yeah. That has painted a picture of something that is endemic. No matter how you want to paint the picture, that guy didn't run that show alone.
Yeah.
He didn't run that show alone.
Yes.
That is the Nigeria that's the Nigeria we are handing over to that generation that you say is so equipped.
Yes. Sir, let me tell you how I see Nigeria. I have never done one government job before in my life. I've practiced for 30 years. I know that in order for me to save my neck from tax authorities, if I don't need to mention my company's total capital inflow. We have never done a government job. We've operated purely from the private sector. In fact, providing most of our services to owners of auditorium churches. Okay? But by all standards, I'm a millionaire or billionaire right now, not having touched one government job. Why did I say this? Nigeria's economy is currently $377.7 billion, our GDP. The service industry is responsible for about 50% of that. Industrial and the industries is responsible for about 20 to 22% of that. Agriculture is about 27% of that. Nigeria's per capita, GDP per capita is 1,500 roughly per person. Do you think that is actually the truth about the wealth of this country? What government has and what everything we have put together so far as a country is not up to 1% of the possibilities that can be. We have not scratched the surface of the wealth and the development of this country. Look at me now. I've not done anything before with government. I've not touched government money before. I've not gone to quote for a government job, pursue a government contract. I have never. But by all standards, sir, I am the largest organization in acoustics in the whole world today. I've not touched a government job. We have all the monies we need by God's grace to move our companies forward. In fact, we're currently planning to start manufacturing acoustic materials in Nigeria. The young people of Nigeria have been cut off from the mainstream national economy. Whatever they are doing in Abuja there right now, it doesn't impact them. Let me just tell you something. These guys operate under the radar. They don't need the economy of Nigeria to survive. After all, the economy has cut them off. The system has cut them off. The mainstream wealth of Nigeria, these young people are creating wealth from out of nothing. I keep saying this. Now, the world has gone where geographical boundaries do not determine, they don't determine nationhood anymore. Our young guys in Lagos here, in Abuja here, are providing service for people in Brazil, in London. My son's, one of my sons is in Nigeria right now. His project is in Canada. He gets $4,000-$5,000 every week. He doesn't need the federal government. So this is the situation. But let me tell you where we're going, sir. Ambrose, we want to come to office so that we create an inclusive system that can maximize, that can take us from this 377.73 GDP into billions and trillions that are the true potentials of Nigeria by digitizing Nigeria. We have 923,000 square meters of land. We want to digitize every square meter so that we can govern every square meter. We will name every tree, every crop, and every plant. We will know what is under every piece of land, under it, on top of it, and in the air. And it's doable, sir. It's under a system we've developed over the last 20 years called labordirect.com. So maybe when we get there, I'll tell you more about it.
Okay, because the last 30 years, you have been in the private sector,
Yes.
doing your business. And you are also involved in professional bodies. You pushed for reform from that side. What pushed you from advocacy into politics? You could as well have been just sitting down that corner. You don't even need the federal government. You don't need the government to survive from what you have said.
Absolutely.
So, what pushed you into politics? Why would you want to risk all of that for politics?
Well, the last 20 years of my life has seen me using my capacities and that of my followers and that of my team members, the Congress of Professionals. I guess that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
We have been concerned about Nigeria. You know, when it got time and some of them, they couldn't pay school fees. Some of them had to move out of town because house rents were increasing. We began to ask the very, very cogent question of, is this how things are going to keep sliding down? And if we want to stem that tide, what do we do? You know, what do we do? So we started proffering solutions, multi-sectoral thematic solutions. Nigeria has 23 thematic areas, or thematic areas. So we began to take each of them one by one and look at them. You know, we have professionals from different fields, each of these areas. From the judiciary, there's the judicial reform team, housing, there are architects, town planning, medicals, and all of that. So everybody began to write what they think was necessary for Nigeria to do, so that we don't continue to slide down. Because it appears those that go into office, you know, the paraphernalia of office kind of gets to them. They take 1 year to plan for election, and then they get in 2 years, they don't do anything, and then the third year they're already into another election cycle. And those who are supposed to hold development, the civil service, has been politicized. And recently now you've seen judiciary politicization. So where are we going? So it's troubled. Out of this concern, we began to write policies and policies and policies. And that's how we met people like Professor Patrick Tomi, Nasser El-Rufai, Obi Ezekwesili, great thinkers, great minds. We approached them and said, this is what we're thinking. How can you pass this to government? And they were quite happy to see what we've done. In fact, at some point, intending governors, intending ministers, intending senators, intending presidents, we begin to look at our document and want to use them as campaign promises. All right? We kept submitting. Tunde Bakare, Buhari's CPC, you know, they ran CPC, consulted, National Aerofile 2004 consulted. Even the Federal Executive Council of Nigeria received submission from us on the national infrastructure master plan, touching oil, gas, and all of that. We made submissions. But you know what we realized, sir? I'm answering your question now. Why did I step from the back end and I'm coming to the front end? I guess that's your question.
Yeah.
They have no capacity to implement it for the singular reason of ideology. Because the ideology that runs this nation cannot take a program developed with concern. You can see the difference. The ideology is pure commercial. It's extreme capitalism. Our solutions are from concerned people carrying a burden in their hearts. These people want to solve the problem so that the masses can be liberated and so that this wealth I've called new wealth in Nigeria can be released. Now, these guys are not thinking that way. So by the time we submitted 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's not been implemented, should we get old? I'm 55. I started doing submission at the age of 35, 20 years ago. So we should pass. This generation should just pass, and these old people should continue to do. No, we will not take it. We will not allow it. So we're coming out, and we're challenging anyone that cares to listen. We may not have the money, but we can raise the money ourselves. If we organize ourselves, if we put ourselves together in a proper structure, we believe that the universe itself will support us.
Is that what led to the movement in Nigeria?
Yes.
That you lead?
Yes.
The movement has grown rapidly.
Yes.
What's the core philosophy behind the TMN or the movement in Nigeria? And how does that differ from other movement, political movement? I think there's one led by, where you have all these big wigs. They are not really a political party, but a political movement. How is yours different from
the movement? Nigeria was flagged up by myself when I resigned as the director of finance of the media movement. In that same day of my resignation, I flagged off the TMN. The TMN is basically a version of that same obedient movement, but that is more organized. If you check my reason for resignation, it's because I said, one, the obedient movement wasn't organized. Two, they were not structured. The organization was of concern to me. I'm an architect. I'm used to drawing lines and organizing spaces. I'm framing up buildings. I'm an organizer. Once I'm in a system where organization is tough and it's difficult, I either walk away or enforce it. So the movement in Nigeria was created for a more organized movement of people of like mind who mean well, who want this nation to be the great nation it's supposed to be, who are aware that the wealth of this country has not been touched and need something to be done so that we can unearth. Nigeria is waiting for a people that can set loose and unearth its wealth. So we created this movement and we're calling like minds, of course, to join us. We're already there. The Congress of Nigerian Professionals were already the base membership. But we're opening it up now to all Nigerians from every field, all political parties who are thinking like we're thinking. All right? So that we can put something together that can impact this nation and that can liberate the wealth of this country and unearth the new Nigeria that we all hope for.
What got you into the obedient movement in the first instance before you became the director of finance and all of that?
Yeah.
And you told me what got you out because it was not organized.
Yes.
What got you into that movement?
I was the president of the Congress of Professionals. In 2022, before the election, the Congress of Professionals organized a debate or interview session for all presidential candidates. We had interviewed about 5 or 6 presidential candidates then, Showore, some other persons, Tokwe Fashiwa, Tomoro Showore, and some people. And we interviewed Mr. Peter Obi. At the end of the day, Mr. Peter Obi came tops because we saw quite a lot of similarities in his ideologies compared to the rest with us. So we voted him as the winner of that session. we collapsed our structure into the structure that the big tent, led by Professor Patutomi, was building then in support of Mr. Peter Obi, because Professor Patutomi is an integral part of our team, the big tent. He has suggested that everybody, let's come together under one umbrella. Eventually, by the time the guys from the NSAS, all of them came to join us, we changed the name to Obedient Movement. So that's how we got involved. So the Obedient Movement is a synergy of different movements, of which the Congress of Professionals that I lead is one of them.
Well, the Obedient Movement, then and now, is seen by many Nigerians as one that is pushing one agenda and representing one interest, and that is the interest of a part of the country.
Yes.
And that is why there's been some kind of pushback from other people. You have been in there.
Yes.
What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, in the midst of trying to organize them, I saw precisely what you're saying right now. And I'm a nationalist. I don't care. I was born in Enugu, the southeast. I grew up part of my life in Kano. And then my parents were posted, you know how they post military from, my parents were posted to Lagos, where I grew up. So I am outside Igbo Yoruba. I'm not sectional at all. I'm a nationalist. I believe in one Nigeria. I believe we should be a great nation, though I also believe there should be some level of devolution of powers, okay, so that the regions or the states can be more effective and the local government can be more effective. But I am never given to pushing the agenda of one of the tribes of Nigeria.
So where are you from?
I was born in Enugu, grew up in Kano, finally grew up in Lagos. So by right, I'm a Lagosian, but I am from Benue, the middle belt of Nigeria.
What part of Benue is that?
Idoma, part of Benue.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You say Abule, yeah?
Yes. Obobino, Anya.
All right, my guest on the weekend kick-off is Dr. Peter Agada, presidential hopeful and the leader of the TMN. You left Labour Party.
Yeah.
You wanted to run.
Yes.
On the platform of Labour Party, and now you moved to YPP. What put you out of the Labour Party?
When I've always been in the Labour Party, even before the so-called, or let me not use that word, I don't want to be derogatory in any way, before our present leadership joined.
What leadership? Because I think there are three now. Three or two.
Well, yes, I'm referring to the current government-recognized, court-approved leadership of Senator Nenadi Usman. A wonderful person, by the ways. Even Julius Abure is a great guy, by the ways. All right. So, they came and they began to make pronunciations, which did not align with the constitution of the party. Human beings, a crony, that's what I saw it. Crony, a group of persons were making assertions and assumptions that are not ingrained in the constitution of the Labour Party that I knew of. And this main assertion was that the party had zoned its presidency to the south. And when I heard this, I said, hey, you guys just joined us here. You don't come here and you don't come tell us what is outside our constitution. And I insisted on buying the forms for nomination and expression of interest. They couldn't stop me because they knew I was right. But that song kept singing all through the campaign period. Hey, presidency is to the south. Hey, presidency is to the south. And then I continued with my campaign all around the country. And everybody saw that everyone was with me. So a day to primaries, after screening exercise, I received a letter stating that the leadership of the party, so-called leadership of the party, had held a meeting in Umuahia, which I was present anyways, and that it was decided that the party had zoned the presidency to the south, so I hereby am disqualified. And I said, can you show me the extract from your Umuahia conference? Because I was there. In fact, sir, I literally moved all candidates of the Labour Party from the southwest and from the north to Umuahia from my pocket. So I was there. Can you show me the extract? There was no extract because I already had the program. So it wasn't zoned in that conference. Neither is it in the constitution. So it became a constitutional matter. It was a fight, clearly. But I didn't want to fight a party that I love from my heart. Everything I do is labor. Everything I think is labor. My ideology is labor. NLC, TUC are my people. So what happened? I just had to bow out peacefully. I went to the court to seek redress over that issue, not for the sake of anything, but just to correct the fact that we believe in the Labour Party that meritocracy is better than political patronage. It's in the constitution. No one is to be disqualified on the basis of where he comes from. Even Section 131 of the Nigerian Constitution does not allow you to disqualify anyone based on geography. But I finally pulled out the case from the court. Anyways, we're at peace, but I had to take my leave to the next best ideologically correct party.
Because
you
I
just
want
mentioned.
to ask you that now that you have moved to YPP, how does this, conform or align with your vision in Labour Party? Because in Nigeria, you hardly find differences in ideologies. It looks like, okay, you can move from you can move from PDP to APC to ADC and you're good to go. But you've been in Labour, everything you have done, you said, okay, Labour. Now YPP.
Yes, YPP differs from Labour. If you want to cost that or measure that in percentage, it's not more than 2%. Are you getting me? The youth, the YPP is supposed to be a youth-driven party. Youth are actually the labor force of the country. Anyhow you want to see it. In the Labour Party, you have the old youths called NLC and the younger youths called TUC. Are you getting me? But in the YPP, you have all of them, young, growing professionals, and then new economic developers, the digital economic developers. Those are the guys in the YPP. Their policies are the same. They believe in meritocracy. In fact, the day I had a press conference complaint of the Labour Party, the YPP were sitting with me there, and they pronounced it meritocracy. It's in the Labour Party constitution. So when you check both constitution of the party, Labour Party, YPP, there's a lot of similarities and there's a lot of alignment. Now, the question of politicians moving from party to party is wrong. And I believe that someday Nigeria is growing. We're coming to that time where every party's constitution and their driving manifestos will be driven by ideology. So that if I am capitalist, I know what party to go to. If I am purely socialist, I know what party to go to. And if I am in between capitalism and socialism, I know what party to go to. That's how you build nations.
So let's talk about the some of the things in preparing for this program, the research that I've done. I came across the what you call labordirect.com. What is that all about?
Okay, labordirect.com is a product of the Congress of Professionals research over the last 20 years. It is a governance policy model, because the first thing we did is to check this continuous slide, as if Nigeria is living in a world where the old days are beginning to look much, much more better and glorious than the present day. With more science, with more innovation, with more development happening in the world, we should be going from black to white. We should be getting better in terms of, that's what you call reform. To reform policies is to make policies better so that the beneficiaries of policies can live better lives. But it's not the same thing in Nigeria. It's like when a government comes in from President Olusegun Obasanjo's time. Once a new president comes in, everybody's shouting, hey, a savior has come. A savior has come. When Jonathan came, oh, that's the man who never wore shoes. He's come. He's more merciful. He's more compassionate. He's a gentleman. He's a holy man. He's a humble man. By the time Jonathan was going, we were all crying, impunity, 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 theft. And then the man comes after Jonathan. They call him my Gaskia. The whole North were, oh, the righteous man. The white, all dressed white angel has come. By the time President Buhari was going, it was cries and woes. Tinubu came, BAT, His Excellency, and wow, the man who turned Lagos to that commercial nerve center, the liberal economy, is coming to liberate us and put more money in our pocket. His government has not gone 3 years. We are working with Kelek. Why will we continue to slide down in development? We studied it, sir. And you know, we're professionals. I'm a doctor in architecture. Everybody did their work. And we found out that we found the fine truth and we put it together and we came up with that thing you're saying called labordirect.com. It is one place where policy, I'm giving you the answer now. Policy meets with infrastructure, meets with sectoral development. Policy, infrastructure, sectoral development. So you see, these are our 23 sector solutions that we have produced. We back it with NLC, TUC policy ideology. This is how you will do it. The question of what was defined, 23 sectors. Nigeria has 23 sectors: housing, land, agriculture, digital economy, blue economy, 23 of them. That gives us our GDP or our development. We now add, it's like a pot of soup. Policy, NLC policy, to 23 sectors, to infrastructure planning. So look at what it does. It produced for us a new Nigeria, where our 923,000 square kilometers can be managed by the people from the bottom. Budgeting is done from the bottom, not from the top. I'm giving you one of the key policies now. Okay? Budgeting. Right now, Nigeria budgets from the top. And where I come from, sir, every year in, year out, I go home. I do not see the roads that they put in the budget. I do not see the boreholes. I do not see the electricity. I have been going home the last 15 years as a grown man. I don't see, the place is the same where I come from. It's the same. I'm from Ipel or Otupa, Kadibo local government. Anybody can go and check. No roads, no water, no light. I grew up to meet that. But if the people of Ipel were involved in designing what is needed for their place, and they are part, and the law backs them to be part of those who budget for the projects to happen in their place, and the law gives them the power to flag off any development that has been promised them that is not going on, and they are involved in checking, monitoring, evaluating, and they can recall anyone who is not performing, they will feel much better. So what we've done, we've taken development, it's the same thing as devolution of powers. Anyways, we've taken development down to the bottom. The people in the roots, in the grassroots, will determine what happens in the country. So Labor Direct is that. It's taking power and giving power to the people. And like the name implies, most of the development initiative and projects will be carried out directly by the people, by the labor force of Nigeria.
Okay, going through that document here, where you're trying to see the glance at the document, you see the demonstrated graphical demonstration of what you were talking about. Saying the problem we are solving,
yes,
the solution, 4 pillars of labor direct governance. What are those 4 pillars?
Okay, the 4 pillars of labor direct solution is that 1, there is participation. The people participate in budgeting. 2, every project is trackable project. 3, there is transparency and accountability because there is participation and there's trackability of projects. Are you following me?
Yeah.
Then the final pillar and the most important pillar is that it is bottom top. It simply means that no one can sit down in Abuja and tell us this is the project we are doing in so and so local government area without the people in that local government area being part and parcel. It is supervised by the people. Okay? So it is a digitalized platform. Let me tell you how the people will involve. Somebody like you, for example, I don't know what state you're from. Say, for example, you are from
from Ogun.
You are from Ogun State.
From Abeokuta.
From Abeokuta. Wonderful. And you are from one ward in Abeokuta. And there is a voting in that ward that you need 5 hospitals, 3 schools, 4 boreholes project. You are involved in that voting process. Your ward coordinator takes that information that all of you have collectively agreed and uploads it. There's an algorithm we prepared. It goes to your state vets, and it goes to the federal, it goes to National Assembly. Through the process, it's just like it came from the bottom. It's not from the top. It's not from budget office. Or a senator just says, put one here, put one there, put one there. No, it came from the bottom. Now, 60 days after budget has been passed, and you want to check what is the status, Ambrose wants to check the status of the voted projects that came from the ward. All you need to do is download Labour Direct, an application onto your phone, click on it, and you go to Ogun State, and you go to Abeokuta, and then you go to your ward, and then you click borehole project. It shows you status of the project, the name of the contractor, how much has been paid, what level the work has been done. If you are good with it, you will give it a thumbs up. If you are not good with it, you give it a thumbs down and you flag it. And the EFCCs of this world, the ICPCs of this world will be used effectively at that point in time to check on that contractor. Why is Ambrose's project not moving the way it has been budgeted for and paid for? Do you see what this means? This takes power and gives to the people instantly. And what is democracy? Government of the people.
All right, this is the weekend kickoff, and I have a presidential hopeful with me in the studio, and Architect Dr. Peter Agada is my guest this week. While you're talking, I was, in my mind, I was playing some of this thing like a movie. And one of the key things that you've spoken about is infrastructure and all of that. And one of the key element in that is power. I don't know where you were coming in. You must have been just by the noise of the different generators.
Yes, absolutely.
In this side, we've been on generator all day.
Yeah.
How do you intend to solve this intractable problem of Nigeria? Power, electricity.
A very big question. I heard my former principal struggling to answer that question a couple of days ago when Rufai threw that question to him. You want to produce 10 megawatts, how will you do it? And he said some things, but I would say mine differently. The 4th executive order that I will sign when I get into office is what I call cluster power solutions. Like I said, we haven't touched the economy of this. In fact, the world has gone light years and we're still in the dark. And all you need to see the world today is go online. You don't even need to enter the aircraft. Nigeria has the possibility of generating more than 300 of what we're generating 6 of today, megawatts of power from different sources. I said more than, no. That is because of the economy and the money we have. We can do 1 billion if we want. Possibilities are as open as the sky is. Nigeria needs to divide itself into clusters, development clusters. I guess that is one of the reasons why there is a big call for restructuring of our country, so that different zones can have the power to take care of their needs, like the power needs, the way they feel and the way they want and the way they are able to, so that we don't depend on this central power holding system that we're doing today, which is actually obsolete. It's totally obsolete. You can imagine the whole nation, 923,000 square kilometers. Please divide that by 3,000 or 4,000 megawatts. How many megawatts per square meter do you have? We are in the dark. Nigeria is in the dark, sir. I'm sorry. My apartment and my office complex is not in that same dark that Nigeria is, because I've not allowed it. I am not in Nigeria. I'm actually located in Nigeria, but the 4 corners of my fence is not in Nigeria, because the darkness in Nigeria is not in my apartment. It's not in my office. Can't allow that. We can produce the power needed for every zone, every space in Nigeria. All we need to do is sit down, cluster, decentralize. Let me ask you a question. You remember one time in this our Lagos, there was water problem, isn't it? There was no water to drink. There was a time in Nigeria it's water problem. Everywhere, no water, no water. It was like a pandemic in this country. But today the story is different. Can I ask you what happened, sir? How did we solve water problem? Didn't we come up with boreholes? Every house, dig your borehole. Formerly, water board, no bring water. Water board, water is not there. Pipe is bad. The pipe is vandalized. Then somebody just say, why can't I dig down under my leg since there's water on the ground? And then boreholes came out. And then we stopped talking water. Can we not do the same for power? Put power on your head now. Can't you? So what I think is this, as a government, we need to have different solutions. The north of Nigeria, sir, I've traveled from Maiduguri to Sokoto. That vast area of empty land receives bandwidth, downloads of heavy duty sunlight, 247, sorry, let me take out the night, 360. Just imagine running a solar plant from Sokoto to Maiduguri. You know the amount of energy? Nigeria will supply the whole of Africa with energy. Somebody will say, where will we get solar panel? We will get partners. China has dropped the cost of making solar panels today to some crazy amount in dollars per square meters. Solar panels, inverters. Partner with nations that produce this in China, Bulgaria, and even start to produce locally. Because I've even seen a group of people producing solar panels locally. Encourage such people that want to produce solar panels locally. So that is solar for the north, biomass for the forest area. Okay? Then you have the thermal for those areas that are flaring gas, 247. All right? Bring modular units, sir. Locate them in the clusters, supply them gas. They'll produce the power, 10 megawatts, needed for cluster living. We need to go off the grid as our main source of power supply. Okay? Renovate the grid, renovate the dams, but that's an old who lives like that in this world? Nobody lives with one source of power. Power that is not enough to run the airport in one country. Running the whole 230 million Nigerians. It's crazy. We need to wake up, sir. And the youth has the energy.
All right. Central to or closely related and connected to the issue of infrastructure and electricity is security. That's one of the major issues Nigeria has been combating and confronted with in the last 2 decades thereabout. And from the document that I have read, security is central to your agenda.
Yes.
Can you break down what I am reading here, what you have called surveillance and intelligence?
C4ISR. Yes, C4ISR. C4ISR is currently beyond 4 now. It's about C5. C5. Okay. Let me say what that is. It is simply the application of technology to security is a functional system that is done by man and technology. But the world has gone so far today that security is largely technological driven. Okay? When in 2016, if you remember, the owner of Facebook visited Nigeria, Mark Zuckerberg. It was at the end of an event where ideas and technology was invited from all Nigerians all over the world. Technology that will improve the lots of Nigerians were invited for Nigerians to come and showcase what they have. And I think out of over 4,000 or 5,000 ideas that came, the best 30 were selected to meet the president in Abuja. The 30 best solutions met with the president in Abuja. The office of the vice president then, Oshibajo, coordinated it. Now, out of these best 30 solutions that were to save Nigeria, it had capacity to save Nigeria and move Nigeria forward. One of them was a security solution. By then, 2016 was almost the peak of Boko Haram and the insurgencies in Nigeria. So that one solution that was security was very, very strong and highlighted. You know, Mark Zuckerberg celebrated it by himself that this is really powerful, this is really great. It will help Nigeria to douse, combat insecurity. It is a C4 ISR solution. What is C4 ISR? Command, control, communication, computer. Okay. And then surveillance and reconnaissance solution. Okay. In command, control, communication, computer, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. C4. That was it. C4 ISR. It's a military grade system that can defend this country. It helps with border security. You can't cross the border without them seeing you. It helps with highway security. Okay, all the 55,000 kilometers of our highways are monitored. It helps with monitoring and governing 923,000 square kilometers. That simply means there is nothing that happens anywhere that we cannot see from our command and control centers. It was planned with 6 geopolitical zone command and control centers. It was planned with a rapid response squad. It was planned with drone fighting. Are you following me, sir? That system was designed by a young man. He wasn't too young then. He was, I think he was 45 years old. And his name was Dr. Peter Agada. I'm sorry you're shocked. I'm very sure you are shocked at this. So that solution is what we'll deploy. We know the answers. We know what to do. These guys that are going all over the place, doing whatever they're doing in this nation, we know what to do to stem the tide.
So what do you
and then
think,
finally,
okay, what do you think is wrong with us?
Okay.
With the situation that we found ourselves,
Yes.
and it's like we're just going around in circles.
Yes.
The kids that were picked from, and the teachers that were picked from Ogbomoso, they're still in captivity
Yes.
at this moment.
Yes. I was going to come to that. I've explained the first part to you, technology.
Yeah.
All right. We need to deploy technology. That's what I'm saying. The second part is this. I have a younger brother. In those days, in this barracks. No, you know the barracks where the bomb blasted one time?
Yeah.
That portion of the barracks had this portion where they kept the bombs. It had some forests near the fields. They left those forests there just to help camouflage weapons and all that. My younger brother used to like to hunt. One day we went to go and check our traps because we set traps for rats and all of that. And we found a snake trying to swallow our what we had caught. All right. And my brother of blessed memory, Sonny, was attacking the snake, and then the snake, first of all, the snake left the rats. And the snake began to run for his life. And Sonny was chasing the snake. He kept chasing the snake. The snake was running. Sonny was following the snake. And then I said, Sonny, the snake has left your rat. Leave it. Sonny kept chasing the snake. He didn't leave the snake. He was stoning and beating the snake. He wanted to kill the snake and add to his rat. And then the snake got to the edge of the wall where he couldn't run again.
And look back.
And the snake turned back. And the snake stood up. By the time the snake stood up, the snake and Sonny were the same height. And the snake opened his mouth and made a sound like that of a dog. And I said, Sonny, you have seen something today. And then Sonny turned back and was running, and the snake was following him. Sir, our governance system has chased some people to the edge of the wall. We have battered people. We have taken from them. We have deprived them. Nature has a way of fighting back to be able to strike back a balance. So these people that we have oppressed, how high do you want to build our fence to stop them from jumping into the compound? To me, sir, out of hunger, deprivation, and starvation, we have allowed the wonderful people of Nigeria to become fundamentalized. Now, the thing has left just stomach problem. It has now got into a fundamental fight between capitalism and fundamentalism. Nigerians were not at that place before. We have allowed this thing creep into the country. Today, we see people kill their fellow Nigerians and they shout Allahu Akbar. That is where we are. What needs to be done immediately, sir, to stem this tide is to redistribute our wealth, to carry back what belongs to Nigerians and give to Nigerians. I do not see a young man that has a family that has food to eat, that has work to work, that has children to train, that will pick up rifle and go and kill his neighbor. We need to redistribute this country's wealth. And that is what Labour Direct tends to do. That's what Labour Direct wants to do. So to stem insecurity, we need to redistribute the wealth of this country. It's as simple as that.
So, from the picture that you have painted, especially when you lowered your voice, you are painting the picture of a people that are so disconnected from the government, so disconnected even from themselves.
Yes.
And we have played the fault lines.
Yes.
We have played them up
Yes.
so much that we are so disconnected, we are so divided.
Yes.
How will you, if you get your first day in office, how will you rebuild that trust and strengthen not only institutions but strengthen the people to retrace the steps to reconnect not only with government but with each other?
I have 10 executive orders that I will sign the first day in office. Within the first 1 hour of getting into office. 10 executive orders. Let me tell you the first one. The first executive order is a call. It's a call for mapping the entire Nigeria. I'll send them to you. I'll send you the executive orders. It's already written. We'll map Nigeria. Then we will map the clusters. We are going to divide Nigeria into clusters, development clusters. Some clusters will be agro-based clusters, some solid mineral-based clusters, some technology export-based clusters, some blue economy clusters. There are many clusters. Now, these clusters will also be mapped. That means we have defined the land. We've also given it beacons, and we've given it a certificate of occupancy. Okay? That becomes a part, a financial part of a project. Okay? Immediately we finish mapping these lands and these locations, we'll blow the whistle. Where are the professionals from Ogun who can handle engineering projects, who can handle whatever, the development in these clusters, the one that comes from Ogun? We actually have a location in Ogun, in Papalanto, totally designed. I will send it to you from my phone once I leave here. You see it. Now, all the professionals from Ogun will come. Do you know that there is no need for one professional to develop everything you need in Ogun State? Are you aware, sir? You don't need anybody from France or Germany. Everything that needs to be done in Ogun is within the capacity of the professionals in Ogun State. So we'll blow the whistle, professionals come. We'll vet the professionals. Once we vet them, we'll allocate them to projects, development projects. Once we allocate them to development projects, we'll match them with development partners. Some can be local, some can be foreign. Then we'll do the second executive orders. It is the artisans that will blow the next whistle for. Artisans, where are you? Carpenters, painters, wall panel builders, electricians. We'll blow the whistle for these guys. So we will aggregate all the workforce for every state, and we will develop every state's clusters by their people. So the first thing is to connect the people to the people. All right? Then we will follow it next by the time the people are connected to the people, we'll connect the people to the people and connect them to technical capacities that are needed from outside the country. Now, we, the government, are just facilitators. Whatever the funding that is with us, that we will use as leverage to raise more funds for this project, we'll be providing them platform. So you see, government provides platform, enabling environment, vets the people, make sure that the qualified ones are in place, then takes the projects to the people based on the people's voting, and then the people connect to themselves. The higher professionals, the artisans, they are working together. The international community, where necessary, is providing their own technical inclusions. Have we not answered your question?
So that's second executive order. Executive order.
Yes.
And you said you signed 10.
No, there are 10 of them.
Okay.
I've just given you 2.
Just 2.
I've given you 2. The third one is the power cluster one.
Okay.
To the power solution.
Mhm.
The fourth one is the security one.
Okay.
So there are 10 of them. Do I need to tell you all 10? Let me leave the other ones for when I get to office.
Your former principal, I think was asked in one of the interviews. They said, "What do you have? What's your blueprint for this?" He said, "Don't worry, I don't want to release it now."
No, I've released some of them.
But what are your chances getting the ticket of YPP and running against President Tinubu, running against Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and who again?
I don't know who else. Shore and the rest of them, I think. Talking about my chances, first of all, in YPP, we're hoping that very soon the window of substitution will come, because there's presently a candidate in the YPP, almost like a placeholder candidate in the YPP, the women leader of the party. We already talked, okay, and we're just going through the law, following the due process of substituting candidates. So that process is coming. I think they know that I'm one of the best candidates they've seen. So if primaries will hold, I think I will get the ticket there. So chances there are very, very high.
Is it not too late for primaries?
No, there is going to be a primaries after substitution.
Okay.
Yes, that's INEC proceeding or procedure. Now, talking about my chance in Nigeria, it's a very interesting question. I believe all Nigerians need to know is see me and check what I'm talking about in terms of the blueprint, and check my pedigree and see what I've done with my hands. Nigerians just need to understand who I am, and they will make that decision. They will make that decision, and they will make that decision on who to vote or who not to vote. That's one. 2, over the last 3 years, I gathered that over 20 million young persons have become 18 and above. Over the last 3 years, from 2023 to date. These 20 million persons are not card-carrying members of any party. Most of them not even registered with INEC. They are like me. They are young persons. A lot of them are blank-minded. In fact, a lot of them are disconnected from the system. In fact, a lot of them don't want to hear about politics in Nigeria because they are angry. They don't like what they see. I'm looking at doing things like what I'm doing right now. I don't know how many people are listening to this. Across the nation, I'm looking at visiting, meeting them, reaching out to them through digital means and media to encourage them to get registered, to encourage them to look at what we have. We've opened our websites, we've opened, now we want to reach out to these 20 million persons and bring them to vote.
So why should they pay attention to your message?
No, of course. Let me ask you a personal question. I have spoken to you now for close to 1 hour. Do you like what you hear?
Yeah.
They will like it. This is something that's been going on, a development that's been going on for up to 20 years. We've been preparing this, we've been studying, we've been working hard, we've been developing this towards a day where the Nigerian youths will get included again. I think they will hear this message and they will follow.
So what's your call to action for citizens that are listening at this moment and those that are watching us on Facebook?
Go on labor-direct.com and study what is coming for Nigeria. We have solutions to all 23 thematic areas. Nigeria is blessed with wealth. $377 billion is less than 1% of the possibility of what Nigeria's GDP can be. And I want to say, like I said it yesterday, the universe, some people say God, has deliberately blinded the eyes of capitalists from seeing the true wealth of Nigeria. It is only those that carry Nigeria at heart that can see it. I can see it. And I know that majority of the youth in this country, they know where the wealth of this country is. That's where we are heading to. Let's gather together. Let's take our country back. Let's develop our country. And let's make this place that center of the universe that it is truly. That's my message to the people.
All right, we have just 2 minutes left before we do the news. Who is Peter Agada when the microphones go off now?
Yeah, I'm a man. I like to work hard and I like to play hard. Peter Agada is an architect with a very thriving business, thriving architectural firm. Like I said earlier, we are now world's largest practitioner of architecture. Just go on your Google and type Cyrus Acoustics. It's the first to show. You know, you see everything.
I see you looking at our studio and you are pointing out something.
Yes. No, I will do something about the studio in the days ahead. I'll send you guys bass traps. I have quite some in my office. Would improve this place. We are into acoustics. We prefer solutions to very large spaces. We finished Dunamis, is the largest hall in the world. You know, we put the lights, we put the sound, we put the wall paneling, we put the air conditioning. We hope to get more projects as we move forward. Our plan is to go global. We're actually going global. If not for the presidential race, I should have been in the Europes now, taking on those massive old buildings built hundreds of years ago. That was my next level, if not for the presidential campaign.
Nigeria has been good to you.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Some people say Nigeria never happened to you.
Oh, I don't agree to that prayers because I was even saying it yesterday. I said, no, Nigeria has been wonderful to me. I schooled here in Lagos. I didn't pay school fees. Okay, I went through my primary and secondary. I went to University of Jos. I didn't pay school fees. I paid, was it 19 naira? That was our school fees or whatever that was. You know, had free accommodation in the hostels. Went through university 6 years. Graduated. Came out of the university. You know, so the more you look at, I'm talking to the youth now. Please remove your eyes from what federal government can do for you. For now, if you want to survive in this country, I have done that. I've lived like that. Find your niche. Find a niche for yourself. I found a niche, acoustics, and I survived. So Nigeria is a fantastic place waiting for us to discover. And I think we can. You know, that which the Almighty has put in the youth is the key to opening the wealth of this country in the future. These old people running this country, they can't find that key. Let's come together and let's make that happen.
Wow. What a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much.
We've had, and so much illumination.
Yes, sir.
In so many things. I think when I was reading some of those documents and some of those materials that you exchanged with me and my own research, at the point when I see you, you have to shed light on this, and I think you have done.
I'm sure you saw the light, not just the light, and you saw passion.
Passion.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
We are passionate about this.
Yeah. Architect, thank you. Strategist, nation builder, and presidential aspirant, Architect Dr. Peter Agada. How do you say goodbye in Idoma?
You just say Anya.
Anya, okay.
Anya.
Okay.
Anya. That's it.
Okay.
I speak more Yoruba than Idoma anyways because I was brought up here in Lagos. So when I was burying my father, let me end this, I had to use an interpreter. That's how bad it was.
Okay.
I used an interpreter in Idoma land where my father was being buried. So I'm practically a Yoruba son.
Thank you for coming on, and we can keep on Smailz Radio 98.7.
Thank you so much.
Assistant. Thank you very much. You've been holding that camera for over an hour now.
Yes.
All right, on behalf of my producer Kayode and Tony and the production crew, and radio sincerely, signed, sealed, and delivered. Ambrose Olutayo Shomide. Have yourself a lovely weekend. Be good.
6 o'clock. I hope this causes trouble. But that's what I want to say.